Okay guys, so we're just going to get Cold Waters all started up in a moment. I'm just going to use this moment to obviously get my sound levels and everything adjusted, so things might be a little bit shaky.
Waters all started up
Get
in
this
a
all
moment.
sorted out.
Okay.
Just going to use this moment to obviously get my... Alright, so the sound levels sound decent at least for the mic. Let's get Cold Waters on the go. I need to get back into flying the Viggen again sometime, now that I've actually got rudder pedals. Ow. I've got a steering wheel and pedals for my Formula 1. It's occurred to me I can probably use that. Here we go. So, I've done no training, I've done no starting points. I've watched a few things from Cobra and FPS Chazley. I'm going to turn down the music a little bit, just to There we go. That should be a little bit more acceptable. You might actually be able to hear me. So, what I do have though is on my phone I have the manual. So we'll see how we go with that. We're going to do the 68 campaign, mostly because I've seen everyone else do the 80s. So, in 1968, the Soviet Union invades Czechoslovakia with 250,000 troops and 2,000 tanks to crush a government there. Thanks to the fact that America's stuck in Vietnam, Brezhnev regime decides let's expand and go for West Germany. Soviet naval forces still rely on old warships, but cruise missile submarines are now a threat to the naval convoys. Let's see what I can do. My name is not Thomas Chesterton. There we go. Do I want a Sturgeon class submarine? I didn't want a... Do I have to do a Sturgeon? I was kind of hoping for earlier than that. Oh, don't worry, the tanker hat will be back, but not for a naval simulator. Don't worry about it. Tools for the job, man. Tools for the job. Oh, we get the Parch. Fantastic. Well, Sturgeon it is. No skipjack today, I guess. I have to change my display picture. Make a slight adjustment to the camera, seeing as how this is a very tall hat. A6s, dude, Rolling Thunder. 1968, fair enough. Okay, so Victor and November class attack submarines will attempt to break out into the North Atlantic within the next 7 days, where they will wreak havoc on naval supply convoys. Locate and sink the enemy subs, avoid detection by ASW, weapons free, maintain radio silence. Okay, cool. Neil, I have indeed come prepared for the job. If you fail to plan, you can plan to fail. Alright, let's get out of Holy Loch here. This is part of Scotland that we're really going to see. And let's make it into the Norwegian. Rorschach. Wow, nothing's turning up yet. Oh, hello. There's the Sosos Neck. It's early stages. And we've got our first encounter. 20 knots. Damn, that's fast. 10 in the morning, bearing 106. I'm immediately dropping out of warp speed because that's how fast we're going. What we got? Mark 16s? No, we'll need Mark 17s instead. Everything else is looking good. I wish there was a way I could preload because I'm not going to use Mark 16s. Neil, that's okay. I've been keeping an eye on that sort of stuff. I know that believe me, I'm well subscribed to Cobra, but I'm going to start with what I have. We'll just take it from there for the moment. Okay. So step 1, let's get out of warp fucking speed. Maximum depth. Take it slow. Get ourselves some contacts. Sierra 1. Okay. I'm going to take this a little bit more patiently than some. Partly because I don't have a fucking clue what I'm doing. And also because I don't want to make this too arcadey. So F5 conditions. There's the signature. It's not that. Got another tonal line here by the looks of it, so it's not a Charlie 1. Victor! A very thin narrow band there, so we're going to call it. We're going to tentatively call it a Victor. So first of all, stores. Can we unload that tube? Of course not! I think it's above us. Let's have a look at the Victor model. It's not precise enough yet. That's fine. Could be in November, but I'm seeing much more of a tonal line here than the other location. And you've got that other tonal there as well. Yeah, so I'm going to go with this as a Victor we're dealing with. And they are not fucking around, so let's not mess around. And we actually now have tentative TMA. 72% solution. That's nice. Contact's firming up nicely. So I'm going to wait until we get to about 88% or plus before I start really seriously thinking about this. I believe that once it goes above 85 or 86%, you'll start seeing him in the 3D. That's my understanding of it anyway. In the meantime, I am just going to gloriously enjoy the eye candy. It might not look as pretty as in some people's videos because I don't have the latest graphics card. I have an amazing GTX 680, courtesy of Cobra in fact, and that's about the limits for me, but I love the detail that they've put into these models. That is just glorious. No Toad Array though. Ooh, new contact. Bearing 5.5. Attack office please. Oh shit. This is a different, look, you got a different tonal layer, a different tonal layer. This is in November. Well, shit. That's interesting. Right, what I want to do very quickly is to check to see, first of all, if it's at all possible for me to reload the tubes. Because these Mark 16s are anti-ship torpedoes, they're straight lines. So mouse 0 is my left mouse and right speed is my patrol speed, so I should have been on patrol speed closer there. I would have been much more likely to get the jump on them. Oops. Damn it. Shift D is that silent running. That will come in handy eventually, I'm sure. Certainty. That's pretty fucking sweet, likes. So let's have a look at the Victor, which also looks utterly glorious. A little bit more rusty, but sounds like a pretty average Victor if you ask me there. That other guy. Do you have an accurate idea? Oh, fuck! Well, shit, we're rumbled. He knows where we are. What's the button to fire? Shit! I should have read the manual a bit better. Fire torpedo. Give me a torpedo. Give me a torpedo. Fire tube spacebar. Okay. Are you serious? Oh, he is most certainly turning to face me. Load that fucking torpedo. Ah, damn it. I was an idiot. How to die in 40 seconds. Shit! That's the event camera, alright. Fuck. Alright. Snapshot. Weapon away. Turn the fuck away. Let's go faster. These are not wire guided torpedoes, so what we got is what we got. Oh, they are wire guided. Shit. Oh well, they're hot now. Fucking active. Find that asshole. Noisemaker deployed. Turn the fuck away and run. All rise in the planes. Contact faded. Yep, of course. We're in these baffles. And level out. Full drop of planes. Phoenix started it at 12 o'clock, but you've not missed much, don't worry. That snake search has utterly failed. Time to drop out at warp speed. Just make sure that November hasn't fired upon us while we're in the battles. Has not. Except that's not quite the right frequency set. Nope. 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 It's not that either. It's a Victor. Phoenix, I'd be quite happy to do that, except I'm using Mark 37s. This is the 68 campaign, so no ad caps, I'm afraid. That's the only thing. That November has disappeared. Right, we'll take another Mark 38. 37 rather. Oh man. Oh, I can set it to snake. Nice. I'm starting to get a hang of this interface already. It's great that I've seen a couple of videos. This makes it handy. Alright, we're going to have to go like full on warp speed here because this guy just doesn't want to go anywhere. I'll keep that up there because that's handy. Oh, he's getting away from me, man. He's 32 knots. All right, let's belay that and let's start heading for the November. Because I am never going to catch that thing. Well, it runs the fuck away like it is. Sierra 3? Oh shit. Where did you come from, buddy? That's a Victor as well. Oh, fuck. That's less than good. That's a lot less than good. Right, immediately bring to bear on that thing. 1/3 maneuvering time to ninja. I need to get a solution on this guy. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to still work out on Phoenix. I haven't done any of the tutorials. You've missed very, very little. I'm still waiting on this solution to start turning up because this guy, he's a dot. He's gone. He's out of here. He's history. Yeah, Phoenix, I got that. We're good. But I'm not throwing torpedoes out randomly, I want to wait until I've got a decent solution. Because every time you fire a torpedo, everyone else in the area will know right where the fuck you are. Oh, tooltips would be real handy for this. Active immediately? No, we'll keep them quiet and do weapon enable, I think. Ah, that's depth control. Yeah, passive or active torpedoes. Got it. I can set one if the wires aren't broken though. I can make it go active when it feels like it. Okay, so this guy is actually heading right fucking for me. That's sweet. If he's doing that, then I am going to push myself to the east. Yep. I'm going to try and see if I can get into its baffles. Fair enough. I will set it to go active as soon as it hits this point. I assume it also goes active if you cut the wire. Music's amazing, I love it. I'm guessing you two know each other? Alright, starting to get the fifth tonal, which means he's close. He's close. 4.9 thousand yards. Okay, so I'm going to wait until I've got a really good solid solution, because once I've got a solid solution, I can get some TMA on the go. Now, I'm not aware there's been any patches made, but so far the event camera seems to be working as described, or at least how I understand it anyway. What's that other guy doing? That solution's fading now. Okay, we got a solution. Okay, there he is. So he's showing a visual now that we've got an active solution. So I'm going to match sonar bearings. Snell and running. Time to creep. Stop. I don't think he needs to go shallow as such, Phoenix. He's still under the layer. It's not a very strong one anyway. way. Right, so we're on the wire. He's gonna know where we are now. Oh, he's in my baffles now, he ain't gonna help. Bracketed. Put this one high. Time to run 20 minutes? Whoa, that's a lot. He's got him. No. Don't you dare. Infinite wire. Damn, that thing goes fast. .48 knots. It's still gonna be able to outspeed this guy. Heartbreak. Let's contact on Victor 1. That's cool. Is he turning back in? Kinda hope so. That would be fucking awesome. Spread of torpedoes. Alright, time to drop out of a slightly faster rate, see if I can reacquire, because I just got a ping on this side. Would be bad. Button was pressed. Oh, come on! That's not even remotely fair. Transients. Transients in the water. We have to turn into this one now. Splat. Got you, motherfucker. Oh dear, that's real. Well, I guess you can sometimes be right, even when you're wrong. I got torpedoes directly below me, circle searching. This is a bad thing. Sucks to be this Victor, so close to the ocean. I think it was as well, Phoenix, to be honest. Which I'll take. I will so take that. That guy's just snaking around looking past me. I think he might actually be to go quiet again. Splat. Kill's a kill, even if it is based on missile. Sometimes you can just be right for all the wrong. Sometimes you can still win without even when you should. Let's put that one down to luck. Those braking noises are terrifying, to be perfectly honest with you. Tubes are all loaded with the right stuff now. Jesus. That was bad. Noisemaker. We're still waiting. You son of a bitch. Directly on the nose. Snapshot. Jousting, huh? Well, so far, Phoenix, I like it. I don't have a problem with it at the moment. Quite simply, I just need to see how this plays out. We're definitely in jousting points now. Alright, time to raise the planes. Slightly higher rate of climb here. Oh! Oh! I do not like. Do not want. Time to descend. Lower, lower, lower. So let's go for a reacquire. I have not. I'm familiar with it. I've heard of it. Less of my style, to be honest. Hello, you son of a bitch. Oh shit! I fudged the buttons. This is gonna hurt. Pumps are damaged. Oh, that's not good. No, 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 no. Time to gain altitude. I'm still gaining. I'm still gaining power. Not blowing the ballast unless I absolutely have to, because if I blow ballast I'll be on the surface and I'll be a sitting duck. I have full speed of ballast. I'm gaining depth and it's 600 feet and climbing. We're good. We got power. Pumps are damaged, they're not out, and they're being repaired as I speak. If we're cavitating. Yeah, I would say so, Lee. I'm dealing with a lot of shit right now with this guy, so if you will apologise if my words stop working. He's turned and fucking booking it. Alright, pumps are back up and running. They're damaged, but they're back up and running. Yes. Send the propulsion. Get to that hole there and get the flooding patched. Get that flooding controlled. Vessels nearby, weapons nearby, and I'm flooding, of course. You cheeky little bastard. No, I'm not bailing out nothing. I'm the captain. I've got plenty of other guys to do that for me. Yards away. No, 11 kilojards away. Okay. Ow, there, that would be your rate. What else we got? We've got that November that lost its contact. Wow, we're actually really close to the coast. Wow. We got a lot to go. Definitely got one of them. One torpedo doing a very shallow circle search. Ain't gonna find nothing. Wee bit of a ding. It's my own stupid fault for not being smart with the jousts. Oh! Oh no, no! That's really not good. Time to GTFO. Well, to be fair, if there was friendly patrols in the area and they thought that you were operating in that zone, they wouldn't be dropping torps. Yep, airdrop torps. Death from above, thanks to bears. they are not your friend. Right, flooding's under control as well. Stellar.
Depth pressure's nasty. Wait, those aren't... Yep, those are depth charges. Oh shit! I did not know they had those. These are all depth charges as well, I'm guessing. Maximum speed. I'm turning north and getting the Fuchs out of here. It would appear so, because I started diving and I started taking on more water, so that was not good. That was actually exceedingly dumb. That answers your question there, Phoenix. Oh, come on! They really fucking hate me, don't they? Oh shit! That's some that's some Hunt for Red October shit right there. Right, so I can't really operate very deep. 500 feet tops. Dive, dive, dive. Come on, under, over, under, over. And rise. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the dancing. Really not. This is gonna hurt. Ah. This is a full-on hold-down exercise right now with that here, with that. Oh, there's a knuckle. Not quite what I wanted, but it'll do. I'm just dropping them like motherfuckers, I don't care. Care if I'm cavitating. I'm betting. I'm not playing that game though. Self-destruct or false target? Oh, it went after one of the noisemakers. Just.
Silent running. Nope, can't do silent running because flooding. Self-destruct? Well, either way, it doesn't matter. It's not my problem. Oh, you are kidding me! I don't care about no November class. Well, you can tell me, you might explain exactly what the hell's going on. That makes sense, they're lighter loads. There's that November class. No, it's not a Victor. November. That's probably not good. Take a shot at this in November and then I'm going to start booking it north. So I am not playing that game anymore. Right, there's Cecil's nearby. Understood. That Victor is just moaning and moaning on the bottom of the ocean. It would be cool to see them implode or crush, you know, that would be interesting. That's a very weak layer, it's only 88 feet, I'm not going anywhere near that close. So I'm guessing that's the Soda Boy drop that they've got me on. Oh shit, they're doing mad passes! Well, that's interesting. That must be what it is. They're doing mad passes. This one's deeper than me now. I'm just waiting on the TMA to refine for this November class. I think it might have been a May, an IL-38. Remember, this is 68, so... Although the IL-38s and the original versions of the P3 are not actually too far apart in terms of design era, so I can see why you'd be saying that. I'm not sure if maybe even the Soviets copied the P3 or the other way around. Right, he's closing at 26 knots. Well, he's moving at 26 knots, rapid rate. Hopefully closer to us. Make a slight turn here, see if that helps the TMA. It should do. So it is closing. Or the solution's getting better, either way it's good for me. Okay. once I get to about 85%, I'll start getting firing solutions. Forgive me, the hat is just a little tight for my fat old noggin. Looks like they just do it for me, which is nice, I'll admit. Right, so we're starting to get and a heading. It's pretty close to me. It's going the right direction for me at least. I swear to God, once I get this November, if I manage to get this November, I'm gonna start fading away. So clearly goes right where I am. Passing right over me. Excuse me. Ah, that's what I wanted. See if I can pull up a wee quick reference cheat sheet. Right, that's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted either. That's not what I wanted either. Nope. Weapons. Here we go. I know how to use the weapons, or I seem to, anyway. I just want to know the range on my weapon, because that's such a big problem. That'd be really handy if in the middle of the game you could just, I don't know, reference the ranges for your torpedoes. Thanks, Phoenix. If you could get me the range on a Mark 37, that'd be stellar, because I'm pretty sure 5,000 yards is good enough. I really want to fire as quick as I can, because these things have a pretty high closing speed. 26 knots or less. Seems a bit fast if you ask me. It's an IL-38. That there, I believe, is the radar dish. That big pointy thing at the end is the mad tail. It is just lobbing right over my ass. It just hates me. Yards, 17 knots. And the maximum speed is 20. Okay. You can vary the speed on these things? That's pretty fucking cool. But I don't want slow speed, I'm going to need fast speed because this is November. It's going to mean to cause me harm. Right, ultra ship. Ship for quiet, please. Oh, I can't do that. Nope, because I am a constant flood. Ow! Oh, he knows where I am anyway, fuck it. Alright, matching sonar bearings. And shoot! Oh, you're fucked. Get fucked. Oh, that's not good. I do not like having my wire breaking go. I am not a fan of having my wire break that close. Ah! Torpedo jam. Oh shit! I can't drop that though. That would be highly embarrassing, yes. Yes, it would. However, I'm now flooding because I went too deep, so... Oh, is it the speed that's the problem? Shit! November just crashed into the ground. Oh shit, I drove him under the surface. He just did, that's the implosion I was talking about. Oh shit. That's bad. And I don't know if I killed the November or if I just drove it under the surface and made it explode. Either way, that's... ouch. He just got popped like a tin can. Okay. Right. All I'm doing now is... I did, didn't I? Yeah. Well, that's one way to do it, I guess. That would be that implosion I was talking about. Clear out those tubes if you could. Carefully as you can. I need to go back to port. Oh, motherfuck. No. That's a really nasty burn, Phoenix. I approve. Yeah, I totally pushed that a little. Unfortunately, the Sturgeon's a tough little bird. Vessels and weapons are nearby. Ugh. I'm going to escape off to the east. Because I'm being pinged. No! First, I would also like to turn away from Mr. Nasty Torp to the southeast. There's something pinging me to the southeast, Lee. I don't know what, but there's something, alright. There he goes. Sounds. There you go. Sounds to me that that doesn't sound like a torpedo alarm. They've got a much more kind of deeper, bassier tone. That sounds like an active sonar, and I did chase a Victor one away there, remember? So I'm going to turn to the west so that that thing is no longer in my baffles. I'm going to drop my contact. Can I? It's got to be this guy. Yeah, it's got to be him because he's down that vicinity. I think these are soda boys. So we're just going to have to be super, super quiet. Turn out to the northwest. Try and escape away this way. Well, Eagle, I have accidentally managed to sink I've accidentally managed to sink a pair of Soviet subs, one by pushing under crush depth, and one by having it run into some torpedoes. I fired a fuck ton of my own, and have yet to fit a single one. I've got one Mark 37 and a whole bunch of straight running Mark 16s in a 1968 campaign with the Sturgeon. Specifically the Parch, which better not die. That is yes, I did see it. Yes, we're cavitating. My fucks are not given. Get low cavitation depth. Dancing between two torpedoes effectively, because there's this other guy doing a circle search, and that's my own torpedo. So I'd really rather not run towards it.
noisemaker. Yes! Suck it, stupid electronics. Oh, fuck. Run the fuck away. Oh no. That's gonna... Yep, I'm dead. I'm very dead. I'm dead. I'm so very dead. Oops. Well, that went about as well as I could have expected it to for the first round. Initial impressions, I enjoy it. It's fun. Don't compare it to Dangerous Waters, it's not. But it's, as many people have already said, it's a very pretty game. It's amazing. You really do have to think before you fire, as I've just ascertained, and given that I have literally no previous knowledge of the other than Let's Plays of the game, I think I did okay. I will admit I got lucky quite often. But yeah, I enjoyed that. That was good. I enjoyed it. I'll keep this campaign going. I'll give it another go. For now, well, Eagle, I've got Silent Hunter 4, and for me, I didn't really enjoy World War II sims. I think they're overdone. I think there's been so many instances of World War II era simming, planes, things like first-person shooters, submarine sims have done it to death. I'd like to see a World War I or a modern era one, and of the two of them, I like the modern era stuff. Cold War. The Mad Strategist, I agree. I was really looking forward to Hazard Perry's, Kirov's, Grisha's, doing all that kind of thing. Well, the thing is, the Mad Strategist is that I would rather have a modern naval simulator, like Dangerous Waters. If you could have taken the way I can explain this the best is if you could have taken the features of Dangerous Waters and put the graphical overlay of this amazing game onto it, it'd basically be Dangerous Waters 2, and I would love it. Cold Waters is not Dangerous Waters though, like I already said. It's a great way of letting people who want to get into sub-sims explore it and get into it. It's an expensive way to do it. Dangerous Waters is actually cheaper, but everything I've learned through people like Cobra, FPS Shazly, all these guys, along with the other things I've learned through my own reading, I've been able to apply that knowledge, even if I've not been able to put practice in place today. And I think it's going to work. It's going to work. Phoenix, yes, I'm aware that the devs have said that they want to do a Russian campaign. It'll probably show up as DLC because that's just the way the modern game economy works. If they charge me for it, I wouldn't want to pay more than $10, 10, £15 at the top, and it'd have to be including ships on both sides as well. I'd like to see helicopters being crewable as well. Maybe not planes, because planes could be a bit more difficult to control manually, like with the way the interface is right here. But you could very easily do helicopters using the same basic methods. You could have Q and Z for controlling forward and backward speed, with all stop being hover. You could control depth the same way you control depth in a sub. You can do rudder and things like that the same way as well. Torpedoes wise, you'd get
3 items in the stores category, left, middle, and left and right inboard, and the left outboard and the right outboard, or something like that for say an MH60. It could be done. You could easily do it. For the dipping sonar, you could have that instead of a periscope. So the button for periscope could work as the dipping sonar button. Just drop the dipping sonar in. You don't have to control depth necessarily. If you want to control depth, you could just have it extend a set distance, and, or maybe have a button to say above or below the layer. The radar could serve for the ESM detection, if you want to do stuff like that. There's ways they could take the basic overlay of keyboard functionality they've got and adapt it to a helicopter or to a ship. And I think you got to bear in mind these guys have done Atlantic Fleet and Pacific Fleet, which are turn-based, but the basics are the same in terms of how to model ships sailing. You could adapt that, I think, but I'm not going to speak for them. I'm not going to tell them to do a better job of programming, because I can't program at all, and they guys can, and they've been able to do this as it is, so I'm not going to fuck them over for that. Phoenix, I love this sensor system in Dangerous Waters. It's way too complicated for people who want to get into subsims. I like what Cold Waters is trying to do. Gibson, I enjoyed it thoroughly. It's a great game, and if you've got no experience with modern subsims and you want to get started, give it a go. I mean, I'm kind of doing it one hand behind my back, because I'm picking the 1968 campaign. There was far more parity between Soviet subs and American subs in the 60s than there was in the 80s. By the time of the 80s, there were some very hefty threats in the Soviet Navy, don't get me wrong, but most of them had come from warships, the attack submarines, things like... I mean, in the 80s, you still had a lot of really old ships, and they went for a quantity. You could still argue the same in the 68 campaign. I mean, the Americans have some great subs, no matter what era you pick, but to be perfectly honest with you, as you saw yourself, I was up against 3 Soviet subs and an attack plane. I got 2 of them. I'll take it for someone who's a complete novice. I think I got them with style, even if it was by accident, in fact. I'd like to see the ability to... I don't need the ability to control the towed array. I don't mind the fact that they just tell you when it works and when it doesn't, you know, based on your speed and depth and all that sort of stuff. But what I look like... Oh, I see you later, Lee. Exactly, Phoenix, right? I'm still going to claim it in the same way that a fighter pilot forces an enemy to crash into the ground and gets to claim a maneuver kill. I would still like to see not so much control over the towed array. I'd just like to see it whip around at the back. It's just a nice touch, you know. I'm tired of having towed arrays that look like little 3D dots in Dangerous Waters. I'd like to see something a little bit more substantial, and then it could get damaged. It could get destroyed by going too fast, or by sudden shockwaves. You know. What I'd also like to see is control over boomers, SSBNs. Not so much for necessarily delivering nuclear weapons, but you've got to bear in mind a lot of SSGNs, for example, in the Soviet sides, because I'm hoping they will do a Soviet side, were good for anti-ship. They were designed as... The Oscar IIs were designed to do anti-ship. They weren't necessarily designed to deliver ballistic missiles. That's why they're SSGNs. Boomers like Deltas, or George Washingtons, for the right era would be awesome. Oh, well, Phoenix, the towed arrays are, where available, they're automatically deployed. They're just in existence. You just don't see them. So they are already there. They give you bonuses to your sonar array, such as they have it. So I'm happy with what they're doing to model it. I just like to physically see one dangle around. It's just that little bit of cool points, you know. That I think would probably not be as easy to do cleanly, because having a piece of rope hanging off the back of the model of the ship could get a bit messy, and if you tangle it up during your manoeuvres and stuff. Phoenix, I wouldn't necessarily want full control of the distance like Dangerous Waters, where you get that level of granularity, but having it say at long stay, short stay, and inboard would be fine. That would be cool. It's just another button, set of buttons to click, and I don't think that's the style that Cold Waters is going for from what I've seen. I think they're more kind of going for the keep it simple, focus on the tactics, the evasion, the attack, and I appreciate what they're doing there. I like it. So I think what I would want to see before they start adding more granularity to the realism is more ships. No, Phoenix, I don't think that would work with the way they want to do this. 2 buttons to reel in and out, you'd end up having people like myself clicking it to reel it in, and it ended up just fully extended, and then it'd take forever to reel it back in. Short stay, fully extended, or and in. Just have a button, click it. Sonar officer will pay out whatever they think is necessary for the speed and depth you're operating in. If you're going to let the AI control the sonar and the TMA and basic weapons control, there's no point in giving you that level of granularity for the sonar operator's function, which would be paying out the towed array. You've got to get away from the mentality of it being Dangerous Waters where you can control that much stuff. Phoenix, the mods I don't think would add the kind of functionality you're talking about. I think what they would do is they would mess around with things like detection capabilities, ranges, speeds, attack sensor capabilities, that kind of stuff. For example, one of the things I noticed during one of the tutorial things on FPS Shazley is he presses I for a laser rangefinder on a submarine. I think it was a 688, which would be fine, but if it was a 68, you wouldn't have a laser rangefinder in the Sturgeon or a skipjack. So they'd have to do, you press button for range estimation and have a fudge factor, say plus or minus 10% or something like that. Phoenix, by that time, they'll have Soviet subs. The developers would be daft not to have that capability as an optional extra or built into the existing game within a year. I'd be frank with the developers. I would tell them straight away. From the footage we saw of, Kirov's firing stuff out into the range. Yes, we never saw overlays showing control of that, but I do agree with a lot of people where we found out that we only had like 3 or 4 submarines to control. I was a bit like, oh, okay, fair enough. I'm not going to shit on them for it. They want to start off with what they've got. That's cool. But I would like to see I don't want more submarines from the same country. I want to see up 4. Then we can start looking at France, the Royal Navy, and Korea and China and all these other sort of Red 4 forces. But I would want to see the Soviet Union next. I would, at a minimum, want to see Victors, Oscars, and you could do a November class potentially as well if you want to do something for this era that's appropriate. You could perhaps do an Akula. I don't know if they existed in 84. If it wasn't Vic, I would expect Victor class at a minimum. You get the Sturgeon, and you get the new era Sturgeons, which have a towed array. You get the 688 Flight 1s, and I'm sure there was a skipjack or some other class that was playable, although I didn't see it in the campaign, which I was a little disappointed about. I would have actually wanted to use the skipjacks. Turkey, yes. Put an Oscar against an American carrier group. That would be cool. Or against the escorts. Have the Soviet forces attempt to break out of the GIUK into the North Atlantic and engage merchant shipping. That would be a perfectly suitable tactic. For the multiplayer aspect, you could have a number of ways you could play that actually, and it would depend on the kind of infrastructure they want to set up. You could have kind of like what Falcon BMS does, where anyone can create a campaign and start playing it themselves in single player, and when they want to, they could set up a server and invite people to play in their own campaign on whatever side, whatever flotilla or navy they come out of. And because of the fact that neither side can detect each other without things like SOSUS and planes and stuff like that, you could very easily and very quickly get into a situation where on the 2D map you set up an encounter and it wouldn't even necessarily be person versus person. You could simply set up the play, and if it just so happens that both sides bump into each other, human versus human, that'd be fine. You could have human versus AI. The permit, that was it. I misspoke last time I was speaking to someone about that. I said the perisher, it's the permit. So, Phoenix, is it just random for 1968? Will I always get an early Sturgeon? Or if I click on that button, will I somehow occasionally get permits and skipjacks? Or do I have to go into can I create a campaign that would allow me to have the skipjacks? That'd be pretty cool, I think. It is just totally random, so if I just keep going into the campaign and clicking, I'll get... Oh, I have to hit random. Okay, fair enough. Let's see. Skipjack, there we go. Thank you! Just when I hit random last time, I just got given a Sturgeon. I was like, oh, okay. So, don't want that. Got a permit now. Okay. Okay. That's fine. I don't mind that. Okay, let's have a look at what we do. What we have here. So we've got the LA class. That's fine. I don't like that model for the LA class because I don't think the towed array should be sticking out this far, even on the flight ones. I'm very possibly mistaken, but I'm pretty sure that hump doesn't exist on the LA ones. A and D, cool. I don't want Sonoboys. The Narwhal class. Huh. Interesting. Very low speed. Okay. Sturgeon. That's your later area ones with the towed array on that side. That's another one with a towed array. And there's my skipjack. So the permit came before the Sturgeon, that's right. Okay, well, in that case then, I'm going to give it another go. I'm going to try a different ship. I'm still going to stay with the 60s, because I'm a glutton for punishment, what can I say? What I'd really like to see is just pick a ship. Does it have to? Do I have to keep on going out and back in to get randomised until I get the skipjack? That seems a bit... doesn't seem entirely fair. Didn't mean to do that. This is why. Because people like me will accidentally fudge buttons and click when they shouldn't have. See? Okay, so I'm just going to keep doing this until I get another skipjack. Permit? Nope. Close, but no dice. We can only pray. Oh, come on! I should have just said yes the first time and not bothered looking through the references. Ooh, also, I should probably get rid of Iron Man mode so I can actually save, right? That's already set. Huh. Distance scale 1 to 2. No, 1 to 1. I don't want a speed multiplier. I want the distances to be accurate. Yeah, I'm guessing the distance scale is more draw distance scale. I don't really much care for that. I'll have a quick look at the setup here. I've got everything turned up full, and I'm still getting decent frame rate. I hope that's coming through well, so that's fine. Alright. Oh, another permit? Come on. Seriously, Killer Flesh, just let me... Yeah, there we are. I'll take the snook. That'll do. Seriously, next time just let me pick the model that I want to do my campaign in, rather than have me roll dice every time. That'd be awesome. Okay, that looks epic. F4s and B-52s. Yeah, that's a large quantity of hate and discontent right there. Okay, cool, we've already seen this. I'm very confused by all these models of, you know, tracers and stuff like that. Explosions and stuff on the ground when you can't actually see any of that in the Navy. Right, we got enemy diesel electrics. Oh, fucking shit. That'll be awesome. Juliet's and Foxtrot or Romeo class. So it's like they're scaling it in line with the ship that you're getting, which is cool. I don't mind that. Avoid detection. We'll see. Sync-X on the subs, as always. Fully stocks, systems up. Anchors away. Okay. Right, we will bust out of here. Oops, nope, not that way. Apparently, there's land there. It would be nice if you'd zoom in on some of these locations, because some of the fine work, like escaping out of Holy Loch, is it's sketchy. Right, so we're going to go off to the Norwegian Sea here. We're going to try to stay out of littoral waters. Okay, patrol area speed this time. I let go of the button before that, so 5 knots, crawling speed. Yes! You're fucked. Station ports. Nope. Nope, we're not doing those. I'm smart enough to do that now. Okay. He's right on our face. Let's see if I can... Yeah, Phoenix, I should have. I'm just going to take default loadouts at the moment until I get a feel for how many subs I'm shooting at versus how many ships. Okay. Oh crap, this is pretty low. Floor... Oh god. We're in little waters. Yes, I did do that. I actually let go of the mouse button and let him crawl to me, so that's why I'm at 5 knots and I'm not going to be getting detected anytime soon, I hope. Right, according to this, he was right in front of us here. So I'm just going to drop depth. Diving officer, make your depth 200 feet. Hey Nero, how's it going? That's quite a party in here today. I'm not complaining. Oh, those shadows are beautiful. I've never been so tempted just to ram into the ocean floor and see what happens. That's a good call, actually. Well done, Phoenix. I guess you're going to be my XO for this evening. Nero, it's not dangerous waters. Don't confuse the two. That's the simplest way I can put it. If you ever played Tom Clancy's SSN, and I did for a very brief spell, I acquired it off DOSBox once or twice. It's closer to that. Take Dangerous Waters as a submarine simulator and simplify it. It's like comparing Falcon BMS to Strike Fighter 2. Okay, Strike Fighter 2 is definitely not an arcade game. It's not Ace Combat. That would be like World of Warships. But it's got simulation qualities that are great for the entry-level naval simulator. There's enough concepts and tactics and a very good approach to realism that it's not going to be impenetrable for people who want to get started with this stuff. For $40 that might seem like a lot for you, but if you've got the pennies or if it goes on sale, totally pick it. Totally go for it. You'll get a feel for this very quickly if you're sitting and watching for a while. I am going to be playing this for another hour or two, so everyone else who wants to chuck in questions and stuff into the chat, go for it. The nice thing about this game is I can much more readily interact with you because I can see the chat in the corner of my second monitor. I basically look at the feed that OBS is dropping at me, and thanks to the changes that I made to the screen chat, everyone can see your comments on the game, so just bear that in mind. But at the same time, I can quickly and easily glance at that. So yeah, we're rigged for ultra quiet at the moment. We started this scenario, contact's bearing 087, and there's the aircraft above us already. Fuck. I am so tempted to leave combat already and just back out of this one and live to fight a little longer, but oh fuck, nuggets. This water is exceedingly shallow as well, so I have nowhere to run to when there's these things around. Conditions. Oh, here we go. Sierra 2 is cavitating. No wonder you're way too deep. Alright, let's start this. So, first of all, you will want to classify your contact. It's not likely to be a Charlie because we weren't expecting Charlies. Oh, he's gone again. Bollocks. And unless I'm very much mistaken, I think I just had a sonar buoy dropped right on top of my fucking head. That's not good. That's really not good. I think it would be pretty cool if you could see the sonar buoys in the water. Especially if you're aware of them hammering at you. Yep, he definitely got me. Oh, I'm so fucked. I'm so ultra fucked. Wow, this thing can turn, man. Holy crap, it's going. Well, I can make knuckles pretty easily. Just swing the rudder from one wind to the other. That's an oh shit moment and a half. Oh, motherfucker! That's not even remotely fair. size of the planes now. That's not good. Planes and rudder are jammed. Okay, we're not totally fucked. Well, 30 knots is nice to run away from these things, but it wasn't good enough. Euro, not entirely, but I am near the coast, so... This has been a complaint that has been levelled, is that the ASW aircraft are all-seeing gods and like to fuck you right over in the ass. So far I'd agree with that assessment. They are deadly as fuck. Just generally not good for your constitution. There's some torpedoes. Nope, nope, they're depth charges. This is gonna hurt. Fuck you. Oh, they hate me. I did not see that in time, I was too busy looking at the map. Well, shit. Get used to seeing this a lot, guys. Abandoned fucking ship. At least we're not too shallow for that to be a problem. Oh, I live to fight another day. Take the autosave. We're going to close a little closer. Let's get to 10,000 yards. Sneaky, sneaky. All hands man your battle stations. I'm guessing so. Rig the ship for ultra quiet. Ninja time. Oh, fuck, I did not change the torpedoes. Damn it. Well, I'll have time to do that when I get yeah, Neuro, I think I got hit by MAD. For those of you who don't know what MAD is, it's Magnetic Anomaly Detector. Basically, a giant magnet on the tail of the IL-38 that detects big metal objects, like submarines. Only up to a certain depth, but when you're pretty shallow already, that doesn't fucking matter. 333 feet seems oddly specific. In fact, I think that's probably about 1,000 meters. Wow, we've got two of them now. Happy, happy, joy, joy. Why are you cavitating already? No way did you detect me. If you detected me, I'm going to be pissed, because that means there's literally no fucking point to having ultra quiet turned on. Right, let me get classification on these two motherfuckers. Alright, well, we got the Foxtrot. Ooh, he is being ninja quiet. Asshole. Wished I could go like slower than 5 knots. That would be awesome. Like creep along it, like. In fact, you know what? I'll stop. Let's just drift in the water for a few knots and see if he comes up. ballast. Right low in the water. So, my best guess is that they're turned towards us. Until I actually get in contact with them again, that's going to be very difficult. In fact, I am quite tempted to just take 5 knots again. And see if I can trail them at least. I know this is under 10,000 yards, because I asked for 10,000 yards the closer. This Sierra 2 is a country mile away, so that's the thing. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 divided by 4, 13, 4, 12 over 4. Oh, math. 4, 8, 12, 3. 3,250 yards. 3,000 yards. Could probably snapshot the motherfucker, but I'm not playing that game. For the very simple reason that until I have an accurate count of him, I will spook him, bring the bears over to me for no fucking reason. Foxtrots. Wish I knew the maximum speed of a Foxtrot. I don't think it's going to be as fast as me. Torpedoes. Setting a depth on the torpedoes is meaningless. I could set it active and just spook the fucker, but no, wouldn't exactly be a fan of that. I don't really have a choice because it's fading away from me, so I'm just going to bring up the speed to 2/3. I'm going to get a bit of flow noise, a bit of annoyance, but I'm just going to have to take the speed hit. In fact, let's go standard for a few minutes, see if I can get him to... Oh, no, let's not do that. Let's just not cavitate at all. There we go. Music's amazing. I do really like the music. I saw on Steam you could buy it for $6.99. I'm not sure how that would work because I've never bought music on Steam before. Pretty sure I could just go into the game files and make copies of the songs for my own personal music. Hello, Foxtrot. Cavitating. And he's not. So he was there, now he's here. He's running the fuck away. If he was there before, now he's here, that means he's running away from me. So let's turn into him. Let's risk a little bit of cavitation and really juice this thing for a moment. Hoping he'll either hear this and turn into me. In which case I can get a shot at him. Or I'll just catch him up. Just outright. Right, so I'm going to take that as the centre point for the marker there. I'm going to try not to move the map, guys, so I know if I get to this point and then I drop out of warp speed, as it were, without any events happening, then he's gone. He's a dog. Or I've passed him by. War is deeper to the north, so I would eventually like to start heading that way. Okay. Son of a bitch. That was a mistake. Okay, fuck it. Snapshots. It's a whiskey. Send that active now. Wire's broken. No, it's not Romeo. It's a Foxtrot. Time to make like a hole in the water. Ow. That's really loud. Right. Wire break. That's fine. They're going to start snaking away now. All I want them to do is turn the fuck around. Which the Foxtrot appears to have started doing. 13 knots at least. Right, well, I've got no wires to worry about now, so time to cavitate the fuck away. Torpedoes are going to pass each other. Right. So I'm just hoping to get out of the way of these torpedoes so that I'm out of their cone. They're flying straight towards me, sailing straight towards me, so if I do the little sidestep here, I'm hoping that'll be sufficient. I'm going to turn slightly towards them. Ultra quiet, guys. Ultra quiet. Ninja. Turning. You just go right past me. Oh shit. Rise the planes. All of the ballast. It's like, fly. Mistakes were made. Get back down. Right. Dive the ship. Or diving. Diving is required. This guy's on something terminal. Oops, okay. Oh. No, wrong way, fuck. I'm doing really well right now, am I? It's alright, we're insured. Right. Time to retcon that whole series of stupidity. I was kind of really disappointed there when I closed to 10 knots and didn't detect a single fucking thing. I'm not going to make that mistake. I'm going to have the right tubes filled. Pun intended, Nero. I like it. Catch you soon. Enjoy your work. Or try to. Battle stations. Okay. Let's do this again. But better. Okay, so we're got a little bit more water beneath us, I think. Oh yes, we have a layer. Right, under the layer now. Not getting it anywhere fucking near the surface. Not with the stuff hanging around. Arnav, yeah, I think Red October has definitely influenced this. Except all the helmsmen, including the were qualified than me, and I include the actors themselves in that. Okay, so we're just diving below the layer there, and my dog wants to say hi. There you go. Dive a little deeper. I'm going to see what we can do with this thing. Drop ballast and drop depth. Really crash dive this thing. Arnav, it depends on what you define arcade as. The weapons are realistic, the ships are accurately modelled, the tactics and the methods of employment are very accurate. The interface doesn't give you, as an individual, as much control as perhaps some people would like if you played a lot of Dangerous Waters. Oh, that music's amazing. Weapons and tactics and how you would employ things seem pretty realistic to me, to be honest. As the captain of a ship, you don't control the tubes. You don't control the sonar, you don't control the radar or the radio, you don't control the weapons themselves. You give orders and everyone else executes those orders. You could ask for greater control, like I wanted to head towards 150 or whatever, and while I personally prefer that and I would agree with you, the game doesn't need it. The interfaces are good enough that I can get a level of realism that I'd be happy with. And for this kind of thing where I can interact with you guys, the pace is good enough that I think I can work with this. This is a game I can talk to you guys live on during moments like this. There's moments of lots of really intense activity where missiles and torpedoes are going back and forth and all kinds of crazy shit are going on. Phoenix, yeah, I think I get what you're saying at. You know, you really should be throwing out a spread of torpedoes and all that sort of stuff. And to be honest, I would probably agree with you normally, but I don't carry a lot of torpedoes, neither you should. To be perfectly honest, as an attack submarine, I would rather shoot as late as I absolutely have to, because, especially in this era, the weapons are pretty late. You know, they're pretty tardy, they're pretty dumb. So these are not ad caps. Do not treat them as such. We'll just have to see how this goes. Put it this way, this is worth the £30 that I have paid for it. I have bought games way more expensive than this and enjoyed them a lot less. Okay? There's going to be plenty of people who, oh, it's not very realistic, it's too arcadey, and that's fair enough. If you're not into that, that's understandable. If you want your super duper realism, fair enough. I like my super duper realism. Obviously, I do a lot of Falcon BMS, but for naval stuff, this level of realism is much harder to do in a submarine, when even submarines like this, the Skipjack, so there's parts of that submarine that are to this day still classified. There's going to be some guesstimation, there's going to be some educated guesswork as to how these things work. I'm willing to give the programmers a lot of latitude with that sort of stuff. Seeing things like the torpedo tubes open and fire would be cool, you know, some really nice Gucci stuff, but it doesn't affect the gameplay, considering most of the time I'm not focusing directly on the models, although they're really nice. I hope that kind of makes sense, guys, but when I went into this game, I went into it knowing that I was not going to be playing Dangerous Waters. We're starting to get into shallower and shallower ground now. We're leaving the deep ocean floor behind. And I think that's the major problem for the Cold War era stuff. We've been kind of spoiled with Dangerous Waters. People take Dangerous Waters and go, that's the game. That's the way I've judged this game on. Don't judge it on that. Judge it on Red Storm Rising and Tom Clancy's SSM. Okay? Judge it on those games instead, and you will agree that this is an improvement, not just graphically. I think to a certain extent in interface. I mean, I haven't played Red Storm Rising, the original 80s one. Can't remember the last time I picked that up. I really can't. I remember so little about it, because even... I mean, I was born in 86. I am 30 years old. When I was old enough to start messing around with games, my dad had an Atari ST, so Red Storm Rising, not so much a thing. I played Silent Service 1 and 2. So much more of the World War II stuff, if you're talking about sub-sims. Then I went on to flight sims and racing sims, so Grand Prix, what you guys in America call World Circuit for Microprose. I did Gunship 2000, B-17 Flying Fortress, which is awesome. And I don't mean the Mighty 8th. I came across the Mighty 8th much later. I'm talking about the original one that Microprose did. After that, you did eventually get a PC into the house. And when I went to visit my dad at weekends, I would sit around watching him, or we would play together things like Digital Integrations, TFX, occasionally F16, although he was much more fussy about his own stuff like that. He didn't trust me with his joystick and stuff like that because I was a kid and that stuff was expensive. Then you had things like I missed Tornado. He never got around to getting Tornado. It was too expensive for him at the time. But you also had Apache, not Jane's, Digital Integrations Apache longbow, because that run better for him. After that, I started messing around with Orbiter Sim and a few other games like that. So I drifted away from naval sims for a long time, and up until maybe the last 5 or 10 years when I got back into them, thanks to finding out about Dangerous Wars. So Arnav, yes and no. Harpoon was originally a tabletop gaming simulator. Graphics have been for Harpoon and always would be an afterthought, because the gameplay and the rolling and the idea behind the game was always more centered around the notion of gameplay. And to be honest, I don't need amazing graphics to enjoy a game. This gameplay here helps. The interface helps. What helps me even more though is the information I'm getting from the sonar, the visual indications once they become available, once we get enough information from sonar, course information, everything like that. That matters more to me. The way the interface is laid out, it makes sense in my brain, if that helps. Maybe that's why I like it a bit more. I know not everyone's enjoying it. But I'm a very visual person, so taking numbers and converting them into something that I can understand is something I can do, but it's better for me to physically see things. Arnav, absolutely. Microprose were the shit, and there are very few games from Microprose I disliked. Microprose, before they got bought by Hasbro, don't forget, had a stake in Spectrum Holobyte, so they did things like M1 Tank Platoon, because that was Spectrum Holobyte. Spectrum Holobyte also did Flight of the Intruder, which is a fantastic sim for its time, very realistic for what was available. You also had Falcon. Come on, Falcon. Spectrum Holobyte and Microprose were responsible for most of my gaming career from the ages of about 5 to present. I still play Microprose games in the form of things like XCOM, and arguably Falcon 4, which was originally Microprose before Hasbro bought it. Now the Benchmark Sims have got a hand in it as well. So spiritually speaking, Microprose are responsible for pretty much 20 plus years of my gaming time on a PC. So I'm a big fan of them, absolutely. The guys at Killerfish here, I don't know how they tie into it. I know they're independent. I don't know what their enjoyment out of games has been, what they used to play that got them into this sort of stuff. I get the feeling they didn't play Dangerous Wars, or they were aware of it but didn't really want to go that far into it. I guess Janes or Sonalists probably would have sued them if they'd gone too close to the mark. But I think it would be interesting to hear from them, to find out kind of what their history on naval sims are, and where they take, because then you'll understand why they're developing Cold Wars the way they are. Are they developing it from the point of view of Red Storm Rising, or do they just remember playing it as kids, or do they remember seeing it, you know, or did they just kind of come across it on DOSBox Abandonware website one day and go, this is pretty cool, let's make it new, you know. I don't think they maybe played Dangerous Waters the way some more hardcore simmers do, and I'd be very interested to see if they've actually done any decent length gameplay on it, because if they had, I think that would have influenced the way the direction this game went more, if they enjoyed that, that is. But short of them coming into the channel here and saying hi, which they'd be invited to do, but they're not going to find me. I've got less than 300 subscribers. I mean, Jesus. But if they were able to do that and answer that, that'd be awesome, because once we kind of understand the angle that developers coming from, I think a lot of people's expectations would adjust. Because I know, and I've been watching the chat and Steam commentary and some of the chat from some of the other more well-known guys. I'd give a big shout out to FPS Shazly and Cobra. I consider them both friends and equals. Maybe not equals, beyond, they're a bit above me. But you know, I understand that they've expressed some positives and negatives of their own. My opinion on the matter is very much that, without me understanding where the angle that they're coming at from this, I don't want to really reserve judgment against them as developers. I think they've done a great job interpreting these old games like Red Storm Rising, Harpoon maybe to a certain extent. I see some influences of that in things like the maps. Definitely maybe Fast Attack 688 Gene from Sierra. I can see little bits and pieces of this sort of stuff, you know, without all the clickable buttons and panels. It's a very visual game. I guarantee you they've at least heard of Tom Clancy's SSN. The interface is much nicer than that, obviously, but the graphical style with a little compass up top and stuff like that is very, very reminiscent of that, and I remember playing that very quickly. I have, of course, read that book as well. Tom Clancy was always a big fan of talking about, you know, the submarines pushing knuckles of water in into the path of torpedoes to disrupt the active sonar and cause a false reflection and all kinds of stuff like that. And I don't know if that's a legitimate tactic or not, I really don't, but it's certainly something they've put in for purposes of gameplay, and I think it's a clever idea. Dangerous Waters didn't do it. Okay, fair enough. Which tells me either they didn't think it was a legit tactic, or whether they thought it would work or not is questionable, or they just didn't feel like modelling it. That being said, we don't have any contact on these guys, even though I'm supposed to be within 10,000 yards of them. So I'm going to leave combat, because I never detected them. And we'll see if we can... Okay, fair enough. I didn't find them. I'm going to move on. New mission. Spetsnaz commandos will land from submarine in the vicinity of Torshavn within the next week, intercept and eliminate them. That I can do. Continue on course. Where is Torshavn? I don't know where Torshavn is. I've not a clue. Ooh, I've got a surface fleet. Well, shit. Let's mix this up a bit. That's the Orkney Islands. Yeah, thanks for that, Phoenix. That's a complete geographical fail for a Scotsman, by the way. Alright, that's close to 10,000 yards in line with stations. Just about imagine one there. It's not that. I think I found a Cotland. I'm going to call it a Cotland for now until Putin goes. 12 knots here. Going at a fair clip, man. Conditions. We're under the layer, that's important. Arnav, I have been playing around with it, and I have it turned on during BMS, but I just don't get as many comments as a brand new game like Cold Wars. But To be perfectly brutally honest with you, I'm not sure I'd be able to read it. It doesn't show up on my monitor, it shows up as an overlay that gets passed on through OBS. So I can keep an eye on it in the chat in the corner. But the problem is that, quite simply, during BMS my concentration on flying is far more intense than something like this. And I would very much struggle to respond in chat quickly. I mean, during the busy moments in this game, I kind of lose my chat capability. Right, they're pinging away with all their worth for their thing. I am tempted to come up to periscope depth, but that means going above the layer, and that's a bad idea. Let's get the ship rigged for ultra quiet, and I see a second tone. Oh, hello. It's another Kotlin. We've got a convoy. It's coming. Right. Let's have a peek at this. I'll be back in just a minute, guys. I'm going to check on the door. Sorry about that. Eagle, yes, I will hopefully fly the Hog if people will let me, and there's enough people to wingman with me. I wouldn't fly the Hog alone, not as a single ship. '56. This one's coming up more visible than this guy. But I'm still going to call them both the same because they're coming with extremely similar lines. If they're not the same, I'll consider myself fooled. It's a very weak duct and a very weak layer, so... Oh, yeah, I'm under there, that's fine. Oh, no problem, Eagle, and congratulations on your sister, for your sister if she's graduated. And I would kind of hope you enjoyed the concert then. Oh, this is a perfect scenario. Oh my god, this is too perfect for words. Thanks for the suggestion, Eagle. I know I'm busting tanks. I don't think rocket pods are going to do much against tanks, even T-62s, so that's... I wasn't really thinking about rocket pods necessarily. I actually want to think cluster bombs and rock Eisen chip. Alright. I'm going to risk this for a chocolate biscuit and make a slight course change. So end on to them. I'm going to bring myself to periscope depth. Experience at all with dealing with ships in this, yeah. "50 foot. Okay. That Cocklin's just turned away from us, that's interesting.
No, Phoenix, I've got the same keyboard layout. I've not made any changes to it, so whatever the default is, I've got the same. But I'm just still learning these things. Zoom in equals and minus, I guess. I thought that would have been next to the periscope, but that's fine. Shit, I do not approve. Yep, I got it, Phoenix. Good on that front. Alright, 3 straight runners. Dive, crash dive. So I was going to get their attention, I'm sure. Oh, that's the wrong ballast. Shit. Minus 30 means down, got it. That was a disaster. Yep, they know I'm here now. Motherfucker. That's fine, we're just going to chuck them over my shoulder. Because I am a freaking dot. Don't care if I'm cavitating, I'm getting the fuck out of here. Right, we're under the layer. Close this all off. I'm going to have to check that one out. I think that one's missed me by. There we go. I have this lovely thing where if my X50 is plugged in, occasionally the mouse just starts pitching up all the time. I think it's because of the stick is getting a little worn. Right, I want to see what this guy's doing now, because I think I've made a fairly good escape being under the layer now. Need to find out if there's anything coming towards me. Ha! They're booking it. They're out of here. No, they're not. They're much closer.
No squalls? Well, actually, that's newer than the 84. I'm pretty sure because they came with the Akula. Subrocks, Stallions. I would expect them to show up in this in the Soviet campaign, and maybe that's why we're not getting one, because that would be OP as fuck. Okay, let's drop to 1/3 maneuvering, rig for silent. Let's see what happens to this Kotlin. I know it's a Kotlin. I already fired upon it. Just draw the fucking model. These active torpedoes should really do the job well. The other ones, probably not so much. They're probably either dead or somewhere. What I would like to see is, once you label them as a Kotlin, Sierra 1, Sierra 2 kind of disappear, which is kind of annoying because it would be really great if you could identify which ship you last fired upon. So you could have Sierra 1 brackets Kotlin. But I guess that's not really relevant. The more you want, eh? I guess nobody's ever going to be totally happy. So we know it's a surface ship. That's cool. Cool story, brah. Yeah, that's cool. I'm not going all the way to depth step. I don't need to. The layer's at 115 knots. Sorry, was it 100? 130 feet. As long as I'm below the layer, even if I was 10 feet below the layer, it would be just as hard for him to detect me on the active sonar. 500 feet is already over. 600 feet is already overkill, but that gives me some room if he drops torpedoes on me for me to rise up and go, let them go under. Hi Chris, you're on YouTube's. We'll have a look. I'll have a look and see what our day is like. Yeah, Arnav, I know. I'm starting to feel really hoping these torpedoes will start going active. That would be super nice. I mean, surface ships are pretty loud, so the passive sensor will probably get it, but it'd be much better if they went active. So at least put them off the thought of maybe doing something stupid. So he's heading west? Yeah, he's heading towards me. Ha ha ha, you dumbass. Eat torpedoes, dick. Oh, he's gonna go right between them. What an asshole. Oh, and the other couple probably started turning around now. That's real nifty. Depth charges are coming my way. Fuck! That's really close. Yeah, that guy's re-established. That's cool story, brah. Good story. Media active, please. Got wire break straight away. That's fine. I don't mind. I just wanted to go active immediately. Ping, ping, ping. Yes. Surprise, motherfucker. Nasty stuff up there. I bet I'm gonna get torpedoes dropped on mine. Oh No, 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 no. Circular torpedo. That's bad. That's exceedingly bad. Why are you going circular? What did I ever do to you? Like be active over in the direction of the enemy, that'd be swell. Phoenix, I thought I had. Apparently I was wrong. Here's another one. Set to speak. Well, it's still the wires are still attached. Or not. It's not. Well, Snake's probably better because if it goes into circular search, then I'm probably pretty fucked. That one was definitely set to go shallow though, so if it doesn't change depth in a moment, I will be pretty pissed. Definitely gone shallow now, that's good news. There's that one up there, that's gone shallow. I'm not worried about that one at least. It's going to run to enable and then it's going to go shallow, it's going to pop up and go shallow above the layer. That's going to look pretty badass actually. That makes more sense now, Phoenix. The reason why I set this particular one a little closer is because I reasoned that it's still going to continue to escape past me. Right, he's looking out here. Back up above the layer and see what's going on. Well, I'll wait until that torpedo is expired. So I'm hoping that with him being sailing behind, he won't detect this torpedo until he's turned towards us again. This Cotland starts coming towards me and this other circular torpedo will probably say hello. That one definitely just had a course change. Of course it did, it's... I'm an idiot, that's going to Snake power. Oh, he's gone, he's out of here. He heard that torpedo. gunning for this Cotland now, because this guy, he's out here, he's faded. Excellent. Full spread of torpedoes is ready for me. He's a ways away, he's gone. This guy's bigging like crazy. He's just hating us. I do not like all those guns. I think I'll stay below the surface until those guns disappear. I don't like all these rockets as well. I'm not sure if they're good for me or bad for me. Those are torpedo tubes. I'm gonna guess these are rear road facing. This is bad for me too. An aircraft gun. Man, they really are worrying me things like that. Arnav, yeah, I saw the same thing. I fired at the vessel and it just completely went circular on me. That's... I don't know if that's realistic or if that's me just being a fuck up, but that was scary. That was terribly scary. Right, we're gonna juice this up a bit and see if we can catch up with this fucker. He's going this way, he's away. He's pinging, but he's pinging in the wrong direction, so... Or at least that's what I hope it works. Kidding me? Oh boy. Oh, that's too deep. I'm able to actually outrun my own torpedoes, which I find somewhat humorous. No, I'm evading my own freaking torpedo. Like an idiot. that one's going circular again. That's fine. We just outran my own torpedo. That's crazy. I am pushing hard here. Let's see how we go. I can't believe I'm still able to detect this guy. That's nuts. He is really making a lot of noise. Still getting away from me as well. I'd have to aim all the way up here to get a hit on this guy. That's freaking amazing. So we're just going to have to sit and wait for a while, actually. Let's see. F9 for time compression. Yeah. Let the torpedoes run out. I forgot we have time compression. So you're going to play it, eh? Okay, you can play that game. Just come out of the sprint, so it's coming towards us now. Stop. Silent running. Third. So you only get to control one wire at a time. That's interesting. Find the sucker. telling him to go snake. I'm gonna get killed by one damn torpedoes at this rate. Ah! I'm getting very good at shooting at myself. Oh god, that was a mistake. Stuff seemed to be pretty good at defeating the torpedoes at least. Well, that could have gone better, I suppose. I need to get better at these weapons. Simple as that. Practice will make perfect, I'm sure. Well, Phoenix, what you missed is me shooting several torpedoes at the enemy DDs, and 2 of them going circular and deciding to attack me. I've been able to avoid them so far. Suffice to say that the Kotlins are scared off. They're not going to be a threat to me, but at the same time, I'm not really threatening them either. I'm more of a threat to myself at this point. So now I'm just booking it away and away and away. As you can see by the ridiculous patterns here, it's just going everywhere around me. That was eerie. It's pretty eerie, Alex. I'm actually really disappointed that none of these torpedoes have actually caught anything. This one's done a pretty good job of scaring me away, but I'm not going to score any hits in this rate. Until I lose contact with these vessels, the weapons, pretty much shit out of luck. Right, that one's gone out. Pretty much, Phoenix. Pretty much. Just wait till I've powered away from these weapons. I'm just going to escape this contact as well, because this is just not doing well for me. Right, we'll, still apparently weapons nearby, which is slightly worrying. Torpedo is still chasing this column, which is fine by me, by the way. Absolutely fine by me. Pretty much. First patrol's gone terribly well. To stop working. Shut them down. At least I found the time skip button. It's a marginal improvement. get out of their detected range. There we go. So we're gonna run the fuck away from all that shit and see if I can go to Torjolland and intercept. Along at 10 knots. We're going to take a nice long distance approach to this guy so we can ID him. There, all. Probably not a good time to be on right now. Charlie 1. It's not likely to be a boomer either. If it is, I'm kicking its ass. In November is a distinct possibility. Just was a Foxtrot and a few others. Trough. The only thing I don't like about Steam is that I still haven't figured out a way to get the notifications off when I'm playing the game, because that would make fun sense. I'm struggling to ID this guy, but at least I've got his bearing. Cavitating. Okay, well, he's giving me a something there. Let's quickly grab the ID before he stops cavitating. There's a tonal there, a very weak one. Let's tentatively label it a November for the moment. Start heading 180. Position
bear, and I'm below. Best luck, Arnav. Thanks for watching with me. We'll catch you soon. Flattery will get you everywhere, like Rolf. Only? I can get this motherfucker. I'm gonna grab some extra depth so I can pop up from underneath him. Okay. So that's the interception course. I'm hoping to end up in front of that. The idea is I can then just shift myself to extremely quiet. And fuck them up, basically. As soon as I see a course change. Sierra 2. Ah! What else we got here? Another November? Very interesting. He's faded. He's coming down to my level. He's turning away. He wants to call with me. Let's find out because now he's going to be in my battles. I'm going to be in his battle, rather. Ah! Sierra 3. That's really not good. That is almost definitely a November class. That's a lot of Novembers, man. Okay, well, he is far more of a threat because he's much closer. I've got a pretty good track and trail on that guy, which really pisses me off. That's definitely November class. And you are one ugly man. Nothing cute about that. Pushing along at 10 knots as well, so he's not closing with me. This guy's still tooling along at 5. Goodness only knows where this guy's gone. Well, fuck him. That's going to be a direct hit, so let's push that guy here. Push this one. Let's put that one in. Why did they both break? Is it just too much of an angle? That's really annoying. Rawl, there would never really be a Seawolf in 1984. That's remember the years of the campaign. I don't foresee a Seawolf in 1984 anytime. I mean, the other thing as well is, like I said earlier in the stream before you joined, it would be extremely unlikely that we would see anything that cool. That's a bear. We're not
not going to see things like Seawolf anytime soon because they still have to do Flight 2, Flight 3, 688s. You'd have to do modern crafts and things like that. Mods will bring more and more, yeah, absolutely. Let's just see how this goes for starters, huh? You are diving like hell, man. You're a dog. As for you, what you see, you're doing nothing. At 500 feet below the water, although David got knocked out for being careful. Let's give it a little bit more depth. Huh? We're still at version 1.00, so if there's any bug fixes coming out, they've not been released yet. You're running like hell, aren't you? Smart man. Good enough. It now, they know what's up. Okay. Let's get on the hunt. Well, the torp wires cut themselves. I didn't command it, but apparently if they go too fast or you make too sudden maneuvers, let's put it this way, the wires are frail. I don't know if that's realistic or not, but that's just how it is. I plan on just getting on the trail of this guy. Easy, Ivan. I knew you were going to do that, you little asshole. Alright, have a fucking torpedo in the face. Gah! Too fast. Very quick surface. This guy is getting very pissed off with me. Knew you were doing that, asshole. Play that game with me. That's fine, you can play that. Dumbass! So you just sink yourself. What the heck happened there? Oops. Apparently something blew up. Didn't get damaged, I think it just went maybe a little bit too low crush depth. Interesting. Well, I'm going to call that a night, actually, for now. There will be another event in the evening. But I'm fairly certain I went below crush depth for too long and flooded, although I didn't get any damage report or anything, which is kind of annoying, but I should pay attention to that sort of shit, I guess. That would be bad idea. Okay, so let's have a quick look through the models in the unit reference guide, because I know a lot of you want to see that sort of stuff, so let's see what we've done. So there's your LA class, there's the Narwhal. That's why I didn't understand permanent class. It was the Thresher, but the Thresher sank. There's the skipjack. Ah, there we go, more. Typhoon class. Largest submarines ever built. Yeah, they're fucking huge, by the way. Oop. I would see them probably later on, in the later models. Same with that, that'll be an 80s era weapon. There's the original ones, early 1970s, so once again I'd see those in the 80s. That would be, that'd be a 60s era, I think. Overall, the two campaigns are 1968 and 1984, so anything that's made before then, depending on the era, is fine. And you can easily see them. Anything after that, you're not going to see. Sorry. Wow, I never understood what these bumps are. Missile exhausts to make them even noisier? Oh no. They are the missile exhausts for when you fire the missiles, but the flow makes it noisy, right? Okay. SSGNs. So that is going to be what we would consider Eurocula class. They were known as Sierra class by NATO at the time. Alpha, there was only one of those made, if I remember rightly. Victor 3, staple. 2s and the singles. See them somewhere. November class. That's the thing that I got defeated by. That's really embarrassing. Kilo, that's dangerous. Or should be anyway. Tangos. I really would like to find them. And there's the old Foxtrots. And that is basically a World War II era submarine. That is like your early 50s. Kiev, I'd love to find one of those and sink them, but I am not going to do that anytime soon. Kirov, once again, some high-end gear there. Sverdlov, what was the one I came across? Not the Kara, not the Cresta. Shit, no, it wasn't that. Kotlin, that's it. RBU 2500 sub-rocks. That's... Yep, that's what I was dealing with. That's what those are rocket torpedoes. Or depth charges, rocket-powered depth charges. What else we got here? These are just target practice, these things, military transports. Yeah, we get to deal with biologics from time to time. Same with those. Here we are, 11,500 yards on the Mark 16s. 23,000 yards. These, that's okay. Don't have those. 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 They hadn't been invented yet. Oh, no problem at all, Roll. I'm just quite happy I'm just quite happy you guys enjoyed it for what you did. There'll be another one at 7 o'clock, which for those who are watching this live, it's currently 3:30, so you're going to see another version of this in around about 3.5 to 4 hours after my dinner and stuff. I think that's just so. I just think they look so hilariously ghetto. It's hilarious. Like, let's just take a rocket. It is like the most Kerbal solution really ever to a sub-rock, isn't it? Just take a regular missile and staple a torpedo onto it. When it flies over the area you want to drop, release the torpedo. It's hilarious. Slightly less Kerbal. There's your solid rocket. There's your rocket booster there, and then once that gets out there, there's a parachute behind this, and it just drops into the ocean. I wish you could see the Sonoboys, but maybe you can't. They're just really hard to find. And then we're back to what we had. In any case, I'm going to take the hat off and rub the big red mark out of my head. This is a little tight, this hat. And I'm going to get some lunch and do a little bit more reading, a little bit more digging, see what I can do. And then, yeah, after my wife comes back from dinner and we have something to eat, I will probably place this some more. I will try to do a better job as well. We'll catch y'all later. Until then, have a good one.